Buzz has been getting a lot of attention lately, with many people calling it the next step in AI powered computer automation and a slack killer. But what exactly is Buzz? More importantly, why would anyone need Buzz when projects like OpenClaw and other computer use agents already exist? In this video, we'll answer three simple questions. What is Buzz? What can it actually do? And how is it different from the existing solutions like OpenClaw? So, at the first glance, all of these AI agent tools may seem to do the same thing. They control your computer, automate your workflows, and interact with applications on your behalf. But that's not just only part of the story. Buzz is designed as a different philosophy. Instead of simply executing commands on following predefined workflows, it focuses on making AI powered computer interactions more reliable, flexible, and practical for everyday use. So, the real question isn't whether Buzz can click buttons or browse websites. Plenty of AI agents can already do that. The real question is, does Buzz solve problems that existing tools don't? And if it does, who is it actually built for? By the end of this video, we'll understand where Buzz fits into this growing ecosystem of AI computer agents, how it compares with projects like OpenClaw, and whether it's something developers, businesses, or everyday users like us should actually care about. So let's get started. So we're right now on the Buzz official website, and you can find the link in our description box below. Once you're on the website, you need to go and click on Get App. You can either do the local setup using the GitHub, or you can just simply download the Buzz setup file. So I'm going with the second option. I will be using the setup file. So let's quickly do the installation. So once Buzz has been installed, you need to create an identity key. And a identity key is usually a traditional way of storing a key that represents you whenever you use Buzz. And you need to store the key safely somewhere because it's lost. You can't access your Buzz profile. So let's create a new identity key. So here you can see it has been blurred. So I'll just keep a copy of your identity key somewhere safe. Once that's done, click on next and we need to select a provider. It's basically an harness for your agent that will act as a brain to make your agent function. So we have few options here, and I'll be going with Codex today because I do have a subscription for Codex. And if you have any other subscription, like for example, Cloud Code, Goose, or even Buzz, you can use that as well. So once that's done, I'll just go and select my harness, that's Codex, and then I'll click on next. Now you need to create a community. It's basically a Slack or a Discord version for Buzz. So you need to either create a community or join a community. So since we are new on Buzz, we need to create a community. So we'll go on join a community. It will take you to the browser. Now here you need to log in with your email account. Have to create a password. So let's do that quickly. And once that's done, you can need to verify your email. Let's quickly do that as well. Now we need to create our community. So we need to give it a name. We'll go on create community, we'll give it a name. This community name should be unique. And so I used Alexi as my community name. Now here you can see we have an option of open bus. So let's open this on bus so that we can get it connected. Now we need to create a profile. So let's quickly set up and do a profile. Now we have a starter team that includes three agents, Fizz, Honey, and Bumble. So let's quickly just create a personal agent as well, apart from these three. So we're right now on our community page. Here we can see all the agents present here. Let's create a new agent and test whether it's working or not. So you can either create it by talking to Fizz or you can just create it manually. So I'm going to create it manually. I just add an emoji, a name to the agent, and I'll also add a agent description as well. Now once that's done, we need to click on create agent. Now you can see we can call the agent by writing at the rate and the agent name. So let's test this out. These are all my other agents. As you can see, they are talking here. Let's call the other agent. the new agent that we made, Jake, and we can see the initial setup has been done. So let's test it on something. Let's build something with this. So let's just test this out. I'll be using the agents that we have and we'll be building something with this. So for this video, let's try to build a habit tracker. So first of all, I'll be calling on Fizz and I'll be asking it to drop me and MVP, user stories and UI layout for our project. And I'll specifically ask it to not to code, but to just create and layout of what we will be actually building. So we have a reply. Let's check. And we have our entire habit tracker MVP ready here. So it has a lot of stuff. Everything is defined. So we have some question for Jake as well. So let's see. Let's me just call in Jake for building the actual stuff. And tag it in and for Bumble. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm using the user story and the MVP design that Fizz has created. I'll be sending that to Jake, and Jake would be using the user story from Fizz and be creating all of this stuff. So let me just tag all of them in. So as we can see that everybody is reacting here. We have Fizz, Jake, all of them present here. So our code is ready. I took all the code and I put it into a file in an HTML file. Let's try to run this. Now I want the agents to do the stuff together. So I'll call in all the other agents, Fizz and Honey and Bumble as well. I'll ask what do they think about the website that Jake has created and what inputs do they have in the improvement of this. With all the inputs that we got from Fizz and Bumble, let's ask Jake to review this and work on it accordingly. So here we have our updated code. So this is how it looks. And it has improved the UI as one of our agent has suggested. So let's try adding again. So the UI part has improved a bit. As you can see, it looks much better than what it did earlier. Okay, with what we have built with Buzz today, who should be using Buzz? So, if you are someone who are looking into AI automation platforms with one of the most easiest setup experiences, Buzz could be a choice for you because with its simple agent customization, clean and modern interface, Buzz is definitely worth checking out. That being said, it's not really perfect. It can be quite token intensive for larger workflows, which can increase the cost. And since it's still evolving, you may occasionally run into limitations or inconsistent results. Overall, Buzz is a strong addition to the AI agent space, especially for developers and AI enthusiasts who want to build and deploy computer use agents with minimal setup. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe for more such AI content, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy creating.